Well, the Bloomington Academy for Film and Theater recently celebrated its grand opening, and classes have been underway for about 2 months now. It is the vision of John Armstrong and his business partner who have been working on it really since the release of their first movie, The Good Catholic, in 2017. They created the headquarters for their motion picture company, Pegasus Pictures, and the working studio, complete with a sound stage and what used to be an office for the American Red Cross. They offer classes for all experience levels in acting, dancing, and public speaking for both adults and children. Well, from festivals celebrating food or people to car shows, historic reenactments, music festivals, and county fairs, the sky is the limit when it comes to festivals around Indiana. In Indiana, there's always reason to celebrate. Each year, more than 640 festivals and events are held in all 92 counties. With more now on some of this year's biggest events and festivals and the impact, pleased to be joined by the coordinator for the Indiana State Festivals Association, Doug Weisheit. And Doug, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us today.
Let's talk about that, because everyone has attended and been to festivals around Indiana, but not many people maybe would realize how many festivals there are around the state.
Right. We have members in all 92 counties. We have over 640 fairs, festivals, and events that take place in Indiana in all 12 months of the year.
Impact, economic impact, has to be huge. I mean, there are some festivals, events, some that are larger than others, but a lot of small events that can be big business for local communities.
That's right. We have a lot of our members that have actually less than 5,000 people will come to their one-day fair, festival, or event in the state, Gary. But the reality is that some of those are getting upwards of $150 to $190 for every person that comes and spends. That's without lodging. I'm just talking about things on the festival grounds itself.
Yeah. What do you see, as trends and where things are going when it comes to festivals? You're from Parke County, and Parke County certainly one of those counties that does a great job. The Covered Bridge Festival, everyone knows that.
Absolutely.
And other events throughout the course of the year. What's key to a community or a county really engaging and leveraging these types of events?
Well, I think in the Covered Bridge Festival, 30 years ago, the Covered Bridge Festival was not even the top 10 festivals in Indiana. Today, it's clearly over 1 million, bigger than the State Fair, bigger than the 500 Festival. And basically, they did that by advertising all the time their festival dates.
Yeah. What do you see as trends? We were talking off camera that for some of these festivals and events around the state, that the sale of alcohol has really become a part of it.
Absolutely. Alcohol, if we look 30 years ago, we only had 15 to 20% of all festivals in Indiana would serve liquor. Now we're over 50% sell beer, wine, or spirits. And the gaming, again, 30 years ago, we didn't have chances for raffles and things like that, let alone the Hoosier Lottery coming with their big wagons and selling tickets at many, many festival grounds.
Yeah, as you look at the opportunity that local communities have, rural economic development, a big issue certainly around the state of Indiana. Can festivals play into that? I mean, as a way to drive that?
Absolutely, because basically a fair or festival, when they have their event, Gary, most of the food and beverage and most of the drink sales outside the liquor are sold by not-for-profits locally, and the profits they generate from that weekend event is what many of them operate on for months out of the year. I mean, they generate a lot of their budget from that 1 day or 2 day or 3 day event.
What are the challenges maybe for communities to if they've had events for a long time, keeping them going, keeping them relevant and interesting, that kind of thing?
I think part of the challenge is to keep folks, in some of festivals, we have board members from their 20s to their 80s. The Blueberry Festival at Marshall County, I mean, think about that. They got 6 decades of people sitting around a board table, not people typically, when I go out to speak, Gary, they're in their 40s and 50s. We might get some 30s, really, as a 20-year board member.
Yeah. So it's getting those young, that young blood in there.
And the old.
Yeah, and the old, yeah.
And the old.
Yeah. As you look to the year ahead, already and obviously into 2019, but how does the festival season, how is it stacking up here in Indiana?
It's been a good year. Again, we've had unique weather this spring, and that's helped things like the Eagle Viewing Weekend at Turkey Run State Park had their biggest ever January event. Again, it was a mild January weekend, no rain, and they hit a home run.
Yeah, we'll tell you, the spring is on the way too, right?
It is.
All right, Doug Weisheit is the coordinator of the Indiana State Festivals Association. Doug, you do a great job with the association, and we'll look forward to attending a few festivals around the state this year.
Amen.
All right.